Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa iti namene Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa iti namene O Govinda O Govinda O Govinda O Govinda
Hail and rain incessantly poured down on Vrindavan. Upon the command of Indra, the terrifying wind gods and the clouds of destruction attacked the village with bolts of lightning and destructive blasts of thunder. The massive clouds unleashed a deluge of rain on the village, submerging the land and the village of Vrindavan. Completely drenched, trembling, shaking, and suffering from the torrential rain pelting down on Vrindavan, all the villagers, the cows, and the other animals approached little Govinda for protection. Before all this happened, before this great storm, little Govinda and his cowherd boys were entering the peaceful village of Vrindavan. They saw that the cowherders were busy preparing a ritual offering for the demigod Indra. Little Govinda approached his father, King Nanda Maharaj, and asked him what the cowherd men were doing. King Nanda explained to his inquisitive son that the rain provided by Lord Indra allowed the villagers of Vrindavan to support their existence. That is why the sacrifice was necessary, because it pleased Lord Indra. After hearing King Nanda's explanation, the little boy Govinda replied that Lord Indra cannot do anything to change how the living being experiences the various kinds of pleasures and suffering, because everyone is firmly gripped by the reactions of their own karma. Little Govinda continued, saying that it's due to karma only that the living being is born in a certain type of body, and that this karma is solely our adversary, our companion, our teacher, and our master. Indra cannot do anything to change the happiness and suffering of living beings. Govinda continued to explain that the creation, maintenance, and destruction of this material world are caused by the material modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the clouds are forced by the modes of passion, rain is produced. By protecting the cows, the cowherders flourish. Also the cowherders live in the forest and the hills. So you should all glorify and worship the Brahmins, the cows, and Govardhan Hill. After Govinda spoke to King Nanda and the villagers, King Nanda finally agreed. He told Govinda that he will provide a separate offering for the Brahmins and Govardhan Hill, but for now he will continue to perform the offering to the demigod Indra. Little Govinda told his father that it would take too long if he did that. Govinda told him and the cowherd men that it is better to glorify and worship Govardhan Hill right away, using the things gathered for the sacrifice meant for Lord Indra. After hearing little Govinda's explanation, King Nanda finally gave in. The cowherd men asked Govinda how they should perform the sacrificial offering to Govardhan Hill. And little Govinda responded by instructing them in great detail on how they should proceed. King Nanda Maharaj and the cowherd men followed little Govinda's plan. All the villagers, together with their cows, worshipped Govardhan Hill by walking around the hill. As they went around Govardhan Hill, the villagers chanted the Vedic hymns and offered prasadam. The cowherd girls dressed up beautifully and sat in carts driven by bulls. The people of Vrindavan adorned their cows with beautiful ornaments and fed them with grass. The Brahmins offered their blessings to the inhabitants of Vrindavan. In this way, the worship of Govardhan Hill was completed. At this point, little Govinda then transformed into an extraordinary transcendental form and consumed all the food and tributes offered to Govardhan Hill. As Govardhan did this, he declared to the villagers that even though they had glorified and worshipped Lord Indra for such a long time, Lord Indra never manifested himself to them. But now Govardhan Hill appeared before them and even ate all their offerings and food. Thus they should all bow and pay homage to Govardhan Hill. Following the advice of little Govinda, the villagers then offered their obeisances to Govardhan Hill. Seeing this, Govinda joined them in paying homage to his newly acquired transcendental form. Indra, who thought of himself as the Lord of all, the supreme controller, was greatly offended and became furious when he learned that the sacrifice that was meant for him was stopped by little Govinda and used to worship Govardhan Hill instead. Indra ordered the Samvataka clouds, the clouds that are meant for destroying the whole world, to torment Vrindavan. Indra said to them that the cowherd men, drunk with their affluence, had rejected him and instead bowed down and followed the instructions of the silly, conceited, and loud-mouthed little boy Govinda. King Indra also told the clouds of destruction that he would follow them to Vrindavan, riding on his elephant Airavata, together with the formidable and overpowering wind gods, to eradicate the villagers' pride and destroy Vrindavan. trembling, completely drenched, shaking and suffering due to the torrential rain that pummeled Vrindavan. All the villagers, cows and other animals approached little Govinda for protection. The villagers of Vrindavan asked Govinda to save them from Indra's fury. Little Govinda, who is extremely affectionate towards the inhabitants of Vrindavan, saw the villagers virtually unconscious due to the devastating torrent of wind and hail. Govinda recognized that this was the manifestation of Indra's wrath, because the villagers had abandoned the sacrifice that was meant for Lord Indra. Little Govinda, thinking aloud, said that he would use his mystic powers to put an end to the devastation King Indra had wrought upon the peaceful village of Vrindavan. Govinda also said that he would destroy Indra's false pride to teach him a lesson and save him from his ignorance. Indra, devoid of understanding, mistakenly thought that he was the Lord of the universe. In order to protect the villages of Vrindavan from the incessant barrage of hail, wind and rain, little Govinda lifted Govardhan Hill with one hand, as a child picks up a piece of mushroom effortlessly. After lifting Govardhan Hill, he told the inhabitants of Vrindavan to come under the hill with their cows for shelter. He also told them not to be afraid, and that Govardhan Hill would not fall from his hands and they would all be safe. Hearing the soothing words of little Govinda, all of the inhabitants of Vrindavan went underneath Govardhan Hill with their wagons and cows. Govinda stood there and without eating or drinking held Govardhan Hill aloft for 7 days as the wind roared and the rain poured incessantly, and the people of Vrindavan stared at him with awe and wonder. Indra was amazed when he saw little Govinda displaying his powers, effortlessly lifting the hill to shelter all the people of Vrindavan. Indra, feeling defeated, his false pride crushed and his scheme frustrated, ordered the clouds to stop. Govinda, the lifter of Govardhan Hill, saw that the ferocious wind and rain had finally stopped. So he told the inhabitants of Vrindavan to return to their village with their children and belongings without any fear, for the rain had stopped and the overflowing rivers had receded. Following little Govinda's instructions, the cowherd men slowly collected their belongings and placed them on their wagons and gathered their own cows. As the men gradually moved out from under Govardhan Hill with their wagons and carts, the elderly, the children, the women, and the cows followed them. After all the villagers of Vrindavan had safely moved out from under Govardhan Hill, little Govinda slowly placed the hill where it sat before. When little Govinda and his cowherd of friends returned to the village, the inhabitants of Vrindavan, jubilant and filled with euphoric love for little Govinda, welcomed him. Some embraced him and some of them bowed down to him. As the villagers bestowed blessings upon little Govinda, the women of Vrindavan gave him water combined with some yogurt and whole barley corns as an expression of distinction. Overwhelmed with love and affection, Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yasoda, Mother Rohini, and Balaram tenderly embraced Govinda as they showered him with their blessings. The heavenly denizens, including the Gandharvas, Charanas, Siddhas, and Sajas, who witnessed the wonderful event, sang about the glory of little Govinda and joyfully showered him with flowers as they jubilantly beat their kettle drums and played their conch shells. Tumburu is the best of the Gandharvas, and he led the ecstatic singing and glorification of little Govinda. Little Govinda, accompanied by his cowherder friends and his brother Balaram, then entered the forest of Vrindavan to tend to their cows. As they returned to their homes, the gopis, the cowherder girls of Vrindavan, happily sang about the glories of little Govinda and the lifting of Govardhan Hill.
As the mountains and the rivers of Vrindavan sing your praise, as I gazed in awe and wonder at the beauty of your face, as you smiled and laughed with loved ones, my empty heart declares, oh Govinda, how you fill my heart with love. Through the pastures and the valleys, where you play with souls so pure, where your mischief is a legend, where your glorious name endures, as you smile and laughed with loved ones, my empty heart declares, oh Govinda, how you fill my heart